Hey guys, welcome back. We got a few chores we're going to do in the fish room today, some of which I think you guys may be interested in seeing. But first we're going to answer the question, should you trust a chipped fish tank? And I have kind of a long answer for that, but if you're looking for a short answer and a direct answer, the answer is yes, you should trust a chipped fish tank. Now, let me tell you some of the nuances and exactly my definition of what chipped is. So let me show you the 3 tanks that I have that are chipped and why I fully trust them. Alright, so we'll go on my first tank here. This is a 40-gallon breeder. This has my trout gadeids, the Mexican blind cave tetras, some plecos, and some random guppies in there probably. But if you look right here, you can see this guy is chipped, right? And it's a decent amount. I can definitely feel a good bit in there. And if you look at it from the side, you can see it a little bit more. Let me get a close-up. That's what the chip tank looks like. Now, do I trust this? Yes, I 100% trust this tank here. That is not gonna leak. But that's just my opinion, right? Now, let me tell you the difference between chipped and cracked, right? Now, if a tank is chipped, I think chances are you are good. You're gonna have to judge it for your scenario, where it's chipped, but generally, if a tank is just chipped, then you're probably a-okay. Now, there's a number of things you wanna look out for, like where is it chipped at, how big is the chip, how deep is it, how many gallons is the tank, is it a really large tank? This is a 40-gallon breeder. It's a pretty significant chip there. It's on the corner, so I feel pretty confident with it. And it didn't go all the way to the silicone, so I feel a-okay. Now, if this chip resulted in some kind of crack, no matter how big the crack is, I wouldn't feel comfortable with it anymore at that point. I think cracked fish tanks are much more worrisome than chipped fish tanks. And so I see all the time, like, there's a Facebook market find, you know, you see a 75-gallon tank for 50 bucks, right? And there's a chip on it. And people are asking, should I trust this? And I say, if it's just a chip, chances are you should probably trust it. Now, there's a whole bunch of things you need to think of for your situation. I'm about to go over that. But in general, chip tanks are a lot less worrisome than cracked tanks, right? If I saw a tank, no matter what the price is, and it's cracked, I probably will not buy it. But if it's chipped, I definitely will. So let's talk about how this tank got chipped. So it actually did used to be like this, obviously. I actually chipped it myself by accident. I was moving some stones in and out, and I was actually scaping this tank and moving in one of these larger stones. And when I moved it over, because I was passing it through here to go through there, for whatever reason, I forgot why I needed to do that, I chipped this guy and I just knocked it with a rock. And I was kind of worried for a bit, but it never turned into a crack. It never spread larger. So it's looking really good. This tank has been going since it has been chipped for like 4 months now. So it has been there for a reasonable amount of time to no longer be worried about it. So I chipped this with a rock. It hasn't spread and it's looking a-okay. So let me take you through a couple other tanks that are chipped. This is a 54-gallon, kind of like a rectangle 54-gallon. Really cool dimensions. And if you look here, there are a few chips, little notches in here, right? And these are much smaller, but this is a much older tank. You can see the silicone's wearing, but I still fully trust this because these chips, and you can kind of see the divots here, right? There's chips that kind of flaked off in this divot here, and that's both of these. Now, this tank as well, these chips, I feel completely confident with these as well, because again, it did not spread into a crack, and so I feel really good that this is gonna be a-okay. Now let me show you another one over here. This is a rimless tank. So you guys may be asking, okay, you got rim tanks, what about the rimless tanks? Are they more sensitive? Of course they are, but the same principle applies. If you look here, there is a crack, a chip, not a crack, sorry, a chip here, and it isn't as bad as the 40, but it's almost as bad as the 40 gallon. This is a 38 gallon. And there's, I can't feel the silicone, but it is a good chip. Let me get from the side view so you can kind of see that. Let's zoom out a little bit. So this is a decent chip, right? And I still fully trust this, right? Now, I think the chips that are along the corner are less worrisome than chips maybe somewhere else. Because if the chips are somewhere else along the face of the aquarium or the bottom of the aquarium, then I think there's just greater likelihood that that chip will turn into a crack, right? But if it's on the corner, I think there's less likelihood that that's going to happen. As far as when should you not trust a chip, that's really a personal thing, but I probably, anything over 100 gallons, I would probably start to get kind of worried. And you want some kind of backup plan, or just not buy that tank if it's on sale, used or something. Okay, so obviously if there's a chip in the tank, I think that it's a lot less worrisome than if there's a crack in your tank, right? But there are still some things you have to take into account, right? Now, if you're one of those people that it's gonna be in your back of your mind 24/7 and it's just gonna stress you out, it's not worth the headache. Go ahead and switch it out. But for me, in my scenario, I got a fish room in the basement, and it is a slab, right? Not a subfloor. There aren't anything beneath that that it can leak onto, and it isn't wooden, right? It's just full cement, and I can easily brush anything back out. And it isn't a nice carpet or anything like that. So I know that if one of these tanks fail, one, it will be an easy cleanup. Yes, it'll be a headache. I'll be sad. I won't be happy about it. But it's not going to be a huge mess that I'll have to get a whole water restoration company in for. I could sweep it all out, get some fans in, and call it a day, right? So you'll kind of have to assess how you feel and your comfort level for these type of things and where that tank is going to be, right? If it's going to be on the second floor of your house and you're someone who really is stressing out about it, it's not worth the stress. Just go ahead and replace it. But if it's like a 10, 20, 30 gallon, I don't think you should stress out that much, but it all depends on your comfort level, right? So I think there are some important things to note, right? There is a difference between a chip and a crack. The chips are a lot less worrisome than the cracks are, in my opinion, because cracks can really spread. It's hard to judge how deep they are, and over time, just the fluctuation of water movement is going to cause that to expand, right? Whenever you do water changes, whenever you rescape the tank, as the temperature changes, if that's something that may happen in your area, it's gonna cause that crack to get worse and worse and worse. Whereas a chip, generally that won't happen unless it turns into a crack. And so you've got to understand your comfort level, but it's also important to understand that there are some big differences, in my opinion, between a crack tank and a chip tank. And I think it's also important to note that there really are like two laws that apply right here, right? At any point in time, anything can go wrong, right? But what is equally true is that just because something can go wrong doesn't mean it will. And so you're gonna have to decide what your comfort level is, use some educated, informed decisions, and then just trust your gut. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video, but I wanna hear from you guys. If you guys have like a really chipped tank or even a cracked tank that has been holding up for it's standing the test of time, let us know in the comment section, right? How significant is it? How long have you had it and it's been a-okay? Let us know. We want to know how tough these things really are, and vice versa. If you have some horror stories that you want to share, some lessons learned, drop it in the comment, right? My thoughts aren't the end all be all. This is just my opinion, my experience with the 3 tanks that I have that are chipped right now and that are doing just fine. And so let me know your thoughts. Let other people know your experiences with your tanks, and I'll catch you guys next time.